Welcome to another episode of the the Retic Rebellion podcast. Damn it, I've been thinking about other things today.
Yeah.
Welcome in, boys.
What up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Nice to be back with everybody.
Been another fun week.
Yep, another fun one.
And we've got
All right.
Mr. Watkins with us tonight.
We have Mr. Brian Watkins from Hell Creek
What's up?
Reptiles, and we're doing mapping out a breeding plan, or however that title worked out. I should have read it when it was on the screen, but basically we want to talk about breeding plans, how to map out a breeding plan. If you're thinking about breeding, I have a whole bunch of different options, questions, angles, all sorts of stuff. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this topic is very hot for a lot of new keepers.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, and I know for a lot of other people, when you first get into this and you decide you want to breed, right? You either already have some animals that you've collected, or you have some animals that you're looking to collect. You know what I mean? So I don't think a lot of people really have things well thought through, you know, when they start jumping into breeding. They may have too many males, or not enough, too many female. I don't know. You just too much of this one gene or that gene, you know, and I think with time and experience, you know, people can start to see a clear picture of what they want to make. So
That's my life story right there with Retics.
yeah.
As many times as I've cycled my collection.
As he was
To
saying,
get
I
it
was
right.
like, oh, Bill, you listening? But yeah, so I mean, you kind of touched on it, which we didn't get to talk about backstage. But what is your like male to female ratio? If you were starting out with the idea of breeding, what would be your ideal start ratio?
So I don't know how many males. I have a lot. I have at least 13 or 14 males. Some I have multiple of the same gene combo. I think I've learned over the years that, you know, males are just as important as females, and some people will have, you know, 7 or 8 females and 1 male. You know, and that's I did that too, and that's just not going to lead you to success doing that. So I have a lot of males. You know, as far as some advice for somebody starting out, like, I know it's people, a lot of other breeders will agree, you know, you pick up females first. I think it's always best. I know sometimes you might see, I do it too. I'll see things that are for sale on Morph Market, like an older female, and so it's kind of a gamble. Sometimes you end up with a really good animal that'll breed for you really fast, and other times you end up with someone else's problem. You know, there's a reason why they're getting rid of, you know, a mature female. So, but starting out with babies is not a bad way to go. But it takes a long time. I mean, you got to be patient, and it's got to be, I recommend if you know, you really should buy stuff that you like. I mean, obviously you're going to buy something you like, but something you're not going to get tired of looking at.
Yeah.
You know, I know hets are kind of, you know, who wants to look at a double or triple het, pair of double or triple hets for 3 years and just, you know, waiting for that moment when you hatch eggs. I mean, that takes commitment. And, you know, a lot of times I like to make animals that have something visually appealing, but also they're het for something else. So you know, it makes it more enticing for people to pick up this purple albino that's also het for this and that, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a good snake, you know, to have, you know, that you like to look at and you can show off to people. Yeah. So
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I would say like if you're working like a specific project, like for me, like working snows when I first got into this, so I was like maybe 1 male to 2 or 3 females was like the ideal ratio for that particular project for me. You know, I thought if I went to maybe 2 males that were specific for that project, I should have somewhere around like 5 females to kind of balance it out. I always kind of thought that was my ratio.
well, the beautiful thing about breeding is you get to keep whatever you want.
Exactly.
So, you know, if you like say I'm going to be hatching out a couple Aztec clutches this season, you know, I get to hold back what I want. I'll probably hold back, you know, a couple males and a few females, you know. So, but you know, for somebody out there wanting to buy an Aztec, a couple males, that's pretty expensive. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's a lot cheaper to just, I mean, you invest in 1 male. That's what I did. And then I got lucky with mine because he's not even a year old yet. And I didn't expect to breed him until next season. And so, you know, I really got lucky with him. I already got 1 clutch and I'm waiting on another one, but I paid a lot of money for that snake and it was worth it. I mean, hopefully I haven't cashed out on that yet, but you know, even if I get like a handful of Aztecs out of it, and my male is a pos het mocha or albino. So if I get some albinos, automatically I'll get my money back right there. Just having those animals,
Yeah.
you know, they're in value. So, but you know, a lot of people don't have the money to, or you know, I guess a lot of new people are starting out. They want to save money, you know, buy bargain stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I did that too, and you know, I just basically built my collection up slowly over time, and all the money that I made, you know, I put back into, you know, my collection. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jumping the gun a little bit, but we're going to get there with the age thing and when to start breeding them. We're for sure. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Promise. But yeah, no, that's perfect. So I got the ratio thing down. All right. Now let me ask you this. When are you thinking, or what do you use to determine when you're about to breed a female? Or when do you think, oh, hey, maybe next season this girl's ready to go? What are you looking for? Or is it age? Is it size? Is it body condition? What are you kind of looking for before you're like, hey, I think she's going to go this season or whatever, and I need to start thinking who I'm going to put to her?
Well, I have a lot of female retics in my collection. I can't give you an exact number off the top of my head, but I have a lot, and so they're all kept in the same building. And you know, it's basically, you know, when breeding season starts, that's when I start to really pay attention to what's going on with them as far as the breeding behavior. But it's not necessarily the females that tell me it's time, it's the males.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I meant more of like, when do you start planning like, hey, I'm pretty sure I'm going to breed this female this year, so I need to start thinking what male I'm going to put to that female because I know this is going to be her first time.
Oh, dude,
So, like,
I do that sometimes years ahead. Like
exactly.
what yeah. I mean,
yeah,
like
that's what I'm interested in. So when do you do that? When do you think about that? And then how do you think about that? And when do you know she's ready to go, or when do you have a good idea like, hey, next season's the year?
so. I mean, I have a particular taste in reticulated pythons. I have certain traits that I like to work with and that I find beautiful. So when I do breeding, I'll kind of see what's going on, you know, what's available in the market price wise. Like just use Ocelot for an example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 4 or 5 years, well, let's say 10 years ago, you know, you'd spend, you know, 20 grand on an Ocelot. If I don't even know if Aubrey was making them then, but I know Jay was. And I remember seeing him selling those for like 30 grand or something. So, I mean, that's going to keep me from wanting to jump into that project. But as soon as they became available, like more, you know, affordable, you know, that I started, the way I got into ocelots is I bought a pair of double hets off somebody for $1,000.
Yeah.
And I waited 3 years to breed them, and that's how I got my ocelots. So now I have that in my collection now. So, you know, I planned on that years in advance, but it just was when the window of opportunity, you know, opened, that I jumped into it. So there's a lot of stuff that I like. I mean, same with the Aztec. I mean, I had the money and I bought it, and I you know, hopefully everything, if all goes well, I'll have a bunch of Aztecs for sale this upcoming season, this spring. So
Nice.
yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then, so you're planning on that pairing when you have that female or the holdback or the one that you buy. You're planning that male years in advance who you're going to put her with.
Sometimes, but sometimes I see something that just pops up on Morph Market, and it's okay. So like, for example, maybe 9 months ago, I bought. I've been always wanted a bat eater, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but I saw a super dwarf, a Kalatoa bat eater for sale.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I contacted the guy and I was like, I asked him about it. Where did it come from? The whole list of questions. And I was like, would you take this for it? And he said, yeah. So boom, I bought it. I didn't even know what the fuck I was going to do with it. And then when I got it, I was like, well, what can I do with this thing now that I have it in my collection? So I just kind of looked around and I was like, okay, well, this one looks good. You know, so that's just something that's spontaneous, you know, that I really didn't plan out. But, you know,
what were your like three? You don't have to say what you ended up pairing her with, but what were your like 3 or 2 finalists for what you were planning on doing with her?
I paired him with my super teamer, and my friend and I were calling it Project X, and it was really exciting. I got a super teamer from Carlos Solis, the brother of Daniel, and she's around 3 years old when I got her, and this was actually, I don't know if I had the bat eater. No, I got the bat eater first, so I ended up getting her and fed her a couple times, and boom, she started going. She started cycling, and I was like, fuck it, you know. What can I do to put, you know? And I was like, I just thought, wow, this would be really crazy breeding. Why don't I give it a shot? And they locked up multiple times. She went through everything, but she slugged out. So yeah, I mean, I've heard of one other person doing triple hybrids before. I think Juggernaut Reptiles made some like Berm, Ball, Blood, Python hybrids. But I didn't. I don't know if it's the females just because it was her first clutch that she slugged out, but. Or the male's just not fertile. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to find out. I plugged him into super motley Kalatoa, super motley snow, purple snow. So
okay, you led me right into my next question. Like, did you then end up throwing him to something like super stacked morph wise?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think what would work with bat eater, and I was looking because not many people have made jungles, and I know Nerd has, and there are a handful of other people have. In the States and overseas, but you know, I couldn't find any pictures of a motley jungle. I found pictures of a tiger jungle, but nothing else. And I think I just saw a picture of a golden child jungle, which actually looks really nice. But you know, I had no idea whatever I paired it to what the babies are going to look like. So I am assuming, I think one of the reasons why I picked that super motley was because I'll know everything in that clutch. If it's a good clutch and they hatch, will be motley. There won't be any guesswork. There won't be any guesswork with that. And there'll be double het for purple snow too. So, you know, that'll be pretty cool too. Yeah. And then I paired him with a motley tiger, super dwarf, double het purple snow. And they locked multiple times, but nothing happened with that. So.
Now, say the super motley snow goes through, and you have I don't know. I'll just throw out a number: 15 or no 20 eggs. How many and all hatch? How many babies are you trying to keep from a project like that to see it through?
I don't know what I would do with the babies. I mean, if I kept them, they're more of like a freak, you know, freak production, you know, freak kind of shock value, I guess. People like weird looking snakes, and
Yeah.
jumbos are really pretty. They're weird. There's some people that don't like hybrids. Some people love them. I don't know if there's really, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd keep a male and then breed it to a snow and see what I got out of it, and I guess it would make it a 87.5% retic hybrid, something like that. I don't know what the percentage, I think that might be right, but I'd probably keep a handful, maybe 4, and then sell the rest. I hope I get 20 eggs. Shit, dude, that'd be really nice.
It'd be great, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Throw out a nice round number. That'd be nice. Yeah. No, cool.
So,
okay.
So without getting too deep into it, or you know what, never mind, I'll save that for the fucking hybrid episode. Go ahead, Lee.
I knew that was going to get a little touchy. Is there an age or anything in which that you plan on breeding a female, or an age where you start to think about breeding a female, or do you not take age into consideration at all?
Well, I mean, age has a lot to do with it.
Obviously you're not going to breed a 1-year-old, but there's no hard rule like, oh, at 3 they're going, or at 7 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, it really depends on their genetic makeup and their feeding, if they've been fed well. If you give them everything that they need, right, to develop and grow at a good pace. I don't think you can really accelerate that process. You can just make it happen when they're ready. At the earliest point. So, I mean, if you give them everything they need, they'll breed when they're ready. And I've had them start cycling at 2.5 years old and lay eggs. It usually takes about 3 to maybe 4 months, maybe 5 months from the point that they start breeding, and then they develop their follicles, breed, and then ovulate and all that stuff before they actually lay eggs. So I think just under 3 years old is I've had females lay. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I try to provide them with everything they need.
Yeah.
And you want to pull Sarah?
This guy, or this girl rather, is over 3. She's about 3.5, and trying to decide whether she's ready or not. She's a pure Kalatoa, and we would love to see her cycle, but I don't know if she's ready yet. This is the one I got from Barry. The one you hooked me up with, Brian.
Which one is that? Oh yeah,
the one you hooked me up with from Barry.
Yeah. That's pure Kalatoa.
Yeah, she's 3.5, but we don't have any plans for her this year.
Well, she needs to be fed, dude. I mean,
can tell
she's not ready.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some people have different opinions about that, and and that's just what they are, opinions. I honestly, like, I was talking to Lee about this earlier. I don't really believe in power feeding young animals, and I before somebody kind of takes that out of context. I mean, they won't get fat until a certain age. They put all that energy, they partition into growth, right? So if you're feeding an animal, and I don't mean like every 3 or 4 days, but you feed it when it's done, and the lump is gone, and it's pooped, you feed it again. And so every 7 to 10 days is when I feed, and I alternate prey size. I don't, some people do like every 2 weeks, they do medium red every 2 weeks. And I think that's, you're not gonna get them to breed at a younger age. Some people say you shouldn't breed at a young age. I mean, it's all opinion. So I don't think some people say it's dangerous to do it. I mean, I don't know why people would say that. Maybe they just have had bad luck, doing that. But I've had plenty of females, cycle, lay eggs young, and I feed, probably on the heavier side, and I don't have any fat snakes. So, it's a pretty simple process that the females go through. So and it has to do with fat reserves. And I don't know if the ball python community is up on this or any other reptile community, breeding community, but these snakes, the females need to build up fat reserves in order to build the follicles and the yolk and all that stuff. If they don't have the nutrients to do that, they're not going to have big clutches. They may not breed. They may skip a year. They may have slugs. They may have issues. But if you give them all the food, you provide them with all the food they need, they're going to be able to develop those follicles and all that stuff to support a really nice big clutch, healthy eggs. So, I think that's kind of what it boils down to.
Yep. I'm in the same boat. I mean, I'll think about it at around 3.5. That's kind of like, that'll be my guesstimation. That's kind of what I'll put write it in pencil on the calendar for like trying to start the whole thing. But it is really body condition. If the snake, if the female doesn't really have the fat reserves, as you said, like the body condition, like, they're not pencil thin, but a little bit of roundness on them. They don't really have that. I have not had luck having them cycle, but when they do have the right body condition, I had no more than 1 or 2 slugs in a whole clutch. Most of my clutches have actually been all fertile.
So hence Ember here. Brian took one look at her and said, no, you got to put some weight on her. Lee, you've been saying that. So now that's pretty much just from a visual inspection of this snake for a 2.5-year-old Kalatoa, it needs to put some fat on. So that's why we're saying
2.5 or 3.5?
3.5, sorry.
Yeah. She just needs to put on more size. That's the one thing with like the pure girl I have. Like when I saw her, so I was like, she's just not the right body condition to breed. But if I get her on the right regimen, get some weight on her, get those fat reserves, she'll probably go. She seems eager to go. She just hasn't had the right conditions yet.
You guys, this is my friend and assistant Bailey.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Hi, Bailey.
Hey, not too bad.
He has been a real huge help with me, with my snakes, and this building that I have. So he's a great person to have around and a good friend of mine. So
awesome.
Nice.
Now let's do a breeding plan real quick, okay? Let's throw out a hypothetical scenario. You're not Brian from Hell Creek anymore. You're Brian from somewhere else, okay? And you're starting out and you want to bring a new morph. Let's call it, let's start with Bacan as a codom first, and then we'll do a recessive. So, hey, I want to bring Bacan into Super Dwarf. How is Brian from New Spot doing it? Starting from scratch. What is your plan? How are you going to do that?
Well, it depends. I kind of, the way I look at it, Bacans they're not expensive anymore. But they used to be pretty pricey. So, if I had a 3-year-old or even a little younger female Bacan and I had a male pure Kalatoa, I would do it. If it was the other way around, I would do it too. So, to me, it really doesn't make any difference whether you use a pure Kalatoa female or a mainland. It's either or, whatever it is. So
I noticed set up new parameters. You can only have 4 snakes to build the collection to start to do it. So you get 4 snakes to do it. And money is not an issue. So you can go 1 Bacan male, 3 pures. You could do certain localities, but like if you were going to bring it into Super Dwarf, what would be your sex ratio? How would you do it? Which females?
I had to start with babies.
Yep.
And I can only have 4.
You can only have 4.
I would probably have. Oh, that's tough. I'd have a female.
That's a good one.
A female pure Kalatoa, a female Bacan, and then a male pure Kalatoa, and then a male Bacan. So I'd split it up.
You too? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I'd split it up because that would be, because sometimes I've noticed, I've tried, I've noticed when you try to breed a mainland male to a pure Kalatoa or Super Dwarf, they're not always receptive. It's kind of like luck of the draw. I think it's a compatibility issue. I don't know if it has anything to do with the pheromones that they're putting off. Like if they just don't like them, they don't like each other, or what's going on with that. But yeah, so I would have it both, because that way when they're old enough, I could have, I could, if the male doesn't, if the pure male doesn't, if the mainland male pecan doesn't want to go, won't go with the pure female Kalatoa, I have the other one to go with, which I know will usually always have success with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then, I mean, that gives you flexibility in that breeding plan.
Yeah.
Then in the future, you go pecan to pecan, even though it would be mainland. You could go
pure Superdor for pure Superdor too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's really legit. So then you get to your 50%. So you make your first 50% pecans. What doesn't matter really which direction. How many are you keeping? Like, what's the plan? Like, are you going to try to make super emeralds now, or are you going to try to bring other morphs in? Like, what would be the plan there?
Well, since I have a pure Kalatoa female that would be old enough, and I have pecan babies, I would breed one of those crosses back to the pure female.
Yeah.
And I would make some more crosses and try hold off with the rest of the clutch, and then breed the mainland male pecan to the female mainland pecan and make some emeraldos.
Yeah.
That's probably how I'd go with that.
Good. Yeah, that's a plan. I mean, you have to have some sort of, hey, I'm going to start with here, have some execution, have some flexibility. I mean, that's what I think we were kind of getting to earlier. When you're coming up and you're getting your animals and trying to come up with a plan, you got to see different scenarios, different options, backups. Where can you go with these animals? Don't be so focused on one specific thing you're trying to make. Leave yourself open to some options.
Well, I mean, with that breeding, you could make some high percentage pecans. Mm-hmm. You could make some emeraldos, super dwarf emeraldos with the 50%ers that you make, raise those up, and you can make mainland emeraldos too. So the emeraldos are pretty cool. I like those. Yeah,
I really like those. I mean, I didn't even know. It was so funny when I first saw those. I should have done a little bit more research, but I thought they were sick, and I saw them that they were endo, so I just stopped looking into them.
I know. Yeah.
And but I had no idea pecan and like Emeraldo were the same. Like, I didn't know that was the super form of it. Like, I didn't even hear anyone, because all I heard was Emeraldo.
Well, yeah, and they mysteriously ended up in the United States.
Here's
they must have swam across the Pacific Ocean.
Yep.
And landed on the East Coast.
A bad hurricane brought them in and washed them ashore. Yeah.
Same with the Aztecs. I think that's how they got here.
Yeah.
I love pecan. Here's a pecan right here.
I like the ambers. Ambers are super nice.
We've got one.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
I saw.
I've got one.
It was an amber Molly. I think it was a Molly or something. That thing was badass, dude. It was a really nice combo.
It's a neat coloration.
Yeah.
The guy you got your amber from, he had marbles, right?
Was that Eric?
Yes.
I think Eric made those.
This one. Eric made this one.
Sorry, I have a little.
So I took this one here, the female, and then I took a male amber, and then Levi has a female pecan that's older that we got from Bob Clark.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. Now, same scenario. You're working a recessive. You pick your favorite recessive.
Ocelot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've done this plan. So go ahead. I bet you yours is very similar to mine.
Are you talking to me?
Yep.
What am I? Oh, same thing, just with Ocelot?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be the same deal with, a pair of mainland ocelots and a pair of pure Kalatoas. And then I would just breed them that way. But only difference is if you try to breed the male, it would be a het, right? A het ocelot to pure. You're going to make possets. So that's kind of a long, I mean, I honestly, you can do both within that situation. Breed the male ocelot to pure Kalatoa, make 100% heads, and then raise up a male right out of that, and then breed it back to the mom, and then you'll get 75% Kalatoa pos heads. But at the same time, you'll have the 50% crosses that you made too, and you could breed those to make a pure, make a visual ocelot out of those too, if it's Superdwarf ocelot. But at the same time, you have the high percentage stuff too. So, I mean, and then you could take the pos heads and breed those back, to the visual 50%ers to prove them out, and hold back a bunch of females or whatever, and then to prove them out, and then you'll end up with like some 62.5%, visual ocelots. That's a long project. It's a really long project, but that's like 10 years. But
my plan was like, a male ocelot to like 2 or 3 pures, and basically keep, all the females and a couple, a few of the males, probably a handful, depending on how that breaks down, and keep all those back. Breed them until I make a 50% visual, run the 50% visual back to a pure, the pure female, and then kind of build up the 75s and then go, grow those up and go back to them. And I think 75 doing it that method is probably plenty high enough in genetics. I don't see a need of doing another generation like that.
I would agree. Especially, most particularly if you make them with a pure Kalatoa. So you're getting, instead of a cross to a cross, some people do different breedings to different crosses to get that. But if you get that 50% Kalatoa DNA in it, in the babies, plus it's 75%, right? You're gonna have a strong Superdwarf influence on it. I mean, so there's some people out there that think that you can make high percentage animals smaller than a pure Kalatoa. I don't really see that happening, but
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just think like that would be like the ideal plan with recessives. It's much longer. I mean, codoms are much easier to do it, but they also the value drops tremendously once they start getting out there.
Yeah, it's a race.
Yeah,
definitely a race. I tried to make 50% Superdwarf ocelots this season. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the male I actually used, he died. So that was kind of a bummer. And that's another thing too, that when you talk about breeding plans, these animals retics are one of the most, hardy reptiles, I think, pythons. But they're very resilient and resistant to disease and stuff like that. But sometimes they just fucking die, dude. And you're asked out, dude. If you have only one of them and you've been planning on that, your whole breeding plan depends on that one male or whatever, and it dies, you're fucking dead, dude. You're dead in the water. That's it. Game over. So that's why I like to have multiple animals in case that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I like to bring it up, because I mean, old school thinking, like especially when I was getting into breeding many years ago, like thinking about it and dabbling in it, I was always like 1 male and 5 females, and that's what you do. But like, just for that point, if you went 2.2 or 2.3, at least you have a backup male if anything happens to him. You're already building in backup females when you have the multiple over on that side.
Yeah, I did the same thing. A lot of people do that. They just get one male and then they get a bunch of females, and they don't understand. I didn't understand that, you can only use a male will only breed with so many females before he's done, you know? So,
I didn't know
so what about doing like a breeder loan with another breeder at that point? Your main male dies. How would you plan that?
I mean, it depends on who you're doing the loan with. I'm very cautious about who I do that kind of thing with. I've had problems in the past. But if it's somebody you really trust and you're friends with, and even then you got to be careful. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, if that person has something that you have, and you want to let him in on that project and split. I have 2 snakes here that I'm doing breeder loans on with, but they're, you know, they're pure Calatoas that I have that are both gravid, you know, but one of them's from Brian Whitehead, and the other one is from another friend of mine from Washington. And you know, we're cool with each other. They're respectable, you know, professional people. You know, they're not gonna. We both trust each other. You know, if something happens, we already talked about it ahead of time. You know, hey, I mean, they both know, hey, if females get egg bound, that happens. The snake's gonna fucking die, dude. More than likely, it's gonna die. You know, it could turn into a really sour situation. It's just as long as that's talked about, you know, and you go over that with somebody, even if you know, you do more, you know, you do a contract, which is probably the best way to go with something like that. And even still, the contracts don't, you know, and honestly, if someone's, I can't really see somebody, you'd have to have enough money to sue somebody over something like that. You know what I mean? Because lawyers aren't cheap, and, you know, and in the end, you might not get anything out of it, you know, even after you spend all that money on a lawyer to sue someone. But it's just, it's better to avoid that kind of situation. But if you have the opportunity, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I think the whole point is just being upfront and
Yeah.
and playing out. What if the snake dies? Like we talked about snakes dying. What happens? Play out every scenario and make sure everybody's cool with it. And if it does happen, you've already had it addressed.
So I've had, let's see, my first 3 clutches this season. The first one, she slugged out, and that was a bummer because I really wanted to get some good eggs from that. It was a pure Calatoa to like a 35 something % purple marble sunfire headinary, and she slugged out. The second one, she died, dude. I hatched her out like 3 years ago, and for some reason she just I think she got cancer or something. She had like some weird deformity in her neck. Looked like she was having something going on with her skeleton, her bones, and she died. She went septic and died. And then that third one was the super teamer. She just laid a bunch of infertile eggs. So
yeah, sweet. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, that's how you get read. Can we see your facility? You mind giving us a tour?
yeah, sure.
Oh, sweet. And then I don't know if you got any action happening, but of course that would be preferred.
Jeez, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try to switch this. All right. This is my guy right there. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hear you loud and clear.
All right. So Bailey is gonna go. Let's see. Let's start with that one up there. Just kind of lift the. So this one is a. It's kind of weird. So this one is a Phantom Tiger, and she's gravid. I bred her to a golden child, head orange with stripe. It's kind of weird. What's this? And I 100% het inary. So hopefully I get some golden child cows out of that. This one laid some eggs for me. I bred her to a sunfire snow, 50%. This one just gave me some eggs.
Nice.
This is a mainland. It's weird how it's doing this. This is a mainland titanium. So this is a micro female. It's gravid. She's tiny.
Where's the micro line come from?
Okay, so her name is Micro.
Okay.
And she is a she's an R&B line here, Calatoa. And this is Somali Tiger Snow and a Golden Child Head Orange Ghost Stripe. Trying to get these to go. Oh yeah.
Good looking snake.
This one is a pure Calatoa. She's pretty big.
Wow.
I think she's
Holy
gravid.
cow.
Hope she's gravid.
Huh. She's looking pretty good.
Yeah. She just ate a rabbit, so they like to trick us.
Mm-hmm.
This one is careful. This one is the Bushmaster. She's gravid too. What? Okay, gotta split it. And so the reason why I call her Bushmaster, that's the guy I got her from. Called her that. So the pair, we call them Bushmasters. So
Is that the mother to mine, Brian?
yeah, this
Wow.
this one's the pig. This is the pygmy. This one is the mother to yours.
Cool.
Yeah.
I gotta get me a pygmy line.
This is a pygmy. She's definitely gravid.
How many eggs are you expecting from her? Obviously, no one's gonna hold you to it, but like, what's
This
your
one?
best guess?
The pygmy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I got 14 eggs from the micro last year.
That's
So
not
I would
bad.
say like 14, 15, maybe more. I don't know. It depends. And so this one I'm supposed to be getting eggs from very soon. This is the
Brian,
Granny.
Brian, I got a question for you real quick. Can you
Yeah.
explain the paper in front of the snake? Is that privacy? Is that to get them to what's the purpose of that?
It's so I don't bother them, when I'm walking by.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they don't get spooked or whatever.
Okay.
So I only do that with the gravid ones, because they want to feel safe. You know what I mean? So
Okay,
they'll
that
lay
makes
eggs.
sense.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, this is the super motley.
What type of snow is she? Purple, lavender, white?
Purple.
Purple? That's
Yeah.
the way to go.
Yeah. She's supposed to lay eggs in a couple of weeks. This is my golden child Snow. Don't know if she's gonna go or not. She's locked up.
Now, with Golden Child in particular, and some of these like frowned upon, like not wanting to go Golden Child to Golden Child, or at least try to not do that. Do you try to keep all your Golden Childs on one gender side, or do you mix and match and just not pair those together?
I don't think that the sex matters at all, but I definitely don't breed golden child to golden child.
Okay, yeah,
This
I think you
one's
get to a certain point where you can have volume, I guess.
This is Head Orange Ghost Stripe. She's gravid. I bred her to a Phantom Granite Back, a Golden Child Phantom Granite Back.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. It's the one I posted earlier. Someone was asking about, that was you, Bill, that was asking about, mainland females versus pure.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's tiny. Yep. And there's another Head Orange Ghost Stripe. Don't worry about them. So let's see what we got here. So these are some pretty young females. Dude, this seems sick. It's like backwards or something weird.
Yeah. Well, it's because your camera's on the other side, I think.
That's
Yeah, it is backwards.
That's yeah. So yeah, that's a pure Kalatoa. She's pretty young. She looks pretty fat, dude. That's a Phantom Sunfire Molly.
Wow.
Heck yeah. Ooh.
So that's my pure teamer male.
Is that are they on Aspen, Brian?
Yeah. That's kind of weird. It's totally got me all fucked up. There we go. Yeah, so she's pretty fat. We're hoping for some eggs. Yeah. This
Do
one's
you use any cameras, Brian, in any of the enclosures?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I'll show you in a sec.
I used to like to do an egg laying camera.
So these are really young females. I'm hoping to get something out of them. Here's the micro. I held back a few of these. I think I have 3 females and 2 males. That one looks like it's shitty. Yeah, that's yeah. So here's something cool. People are saying, you know, coyotes aren't super dwarves. Well, this is a Bushmaster, right? And here is a coyote, and they're like the same size. I don't know if you can tell, but I mean
pretty
they're
much.
basically they're the same age and basically the same size.
No way. That's not
Yeah.
possible. Coyotes are monsters. They get 27 feet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it all depends on who you ask. Here's
Anunnaki? Was that
one.
Anunnaki?
yeah,
I mean, one got really big. So, I mean, that
Yeah.
must mean they all do.
yeah. Let's think. Oh. This is a super teamer. Beautiful snake.
That thing is pretty wild looking. I'm not gonna lie though. I was hoping they would lighten up a little bit more. Do they fire? Do they fire up and fire down?
Yeah, she's just not fired up.
Okay.
Yeah, they get really iridescent and yeah. So let me I'll walk you around just so you get like a good. So this is the front door. So this is coming in and got some visions here. My stack of cages, 4-footers for my males. And this is my row of jungle cages. So each one of these costs like around $1,500. And I got 20 of these. I came in here the other day and I was calculating how much money. I didn't want to do it, but because it's kind of painful to think about it. But I spent about $100,000 in enclosures and everything, incubator, like all this stuff. I have racks.
What size are those cages?
Which ones?
Those ones, and you're the ones that your females are in too.
These are 4 foot by 30 inch by 14 high.
Okay.
So I keep my male super dwarves in there. These are 6 foot by 30 inch by 16 inch high.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are all jungle cages. They're from Mark, and obviously this is a freedom breeder. I like this one. I like freedom breeder. I don't like the cubs are kind of flimsy.
That was my thing too.
But these ones are a lot different. They're more sturdy. I like these a lot. So, but you know, I don't know. So that's this floor, and I have this. This is the mainland stuff that I have here.
Hannibal running around.
Yeah, well, he's in his cage.
Damn, that thing is dark as shit.
Yeah, this is an anthrax phantom golden child.
That's dark.
Get in there. Yeah, she's super dark. This is,
Beautiful.
I can't really see it, but I got a double het ocelot. I bred her to a tiger het ocelot. And Hannibal is just, he's badass is sitting right here. He said, what the fuck? And this one,
What? We going to war?
yeah, this one I bred to an Aztec. So this is a Phantom Platinum Sunfire, het, 100% het Indo or purple, I think.
I'm sorry. Say that. What's that genetics again?
Phantom Platinum Sunfire, 100% het Indo or purple.
Sweet.
So my Aztec is Aztec Sunfire, possible het mocha or albino. So just even if I don't get albinos, I'll make super Sunfire Platinum Phantom Aztecs.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if I hit albino, then that's I'll be doing like backflips. So can we? And for people out there that think I can't tell the difference between a platinum and a Sunfire, this is a platinum. That's a Sunfire. She's in blue.
Oh, that's a wild looking Sunfire.
Yeah. Yeah, she's real dark. She's getting blue. You can't really see. And here's a platinum Sunfire. She's shedding. All right, let's go upstairs. This is the upstairs.
How do you condition the big facility?
What? How do I
How's
what?
it conditioned?
What do you mean?
Like air conditioned?
No, no. I mean humidity and temperature. Yes, temperature.
So I have this sucker down here. This pumps out the heat and keeps the temperature. I have the temperature turned down, actually off, but it's my thermostat. I usually set it at 83. All my enclosures, everything down here has a heat source. And everything up here is just ambient. So it stays like upper 80s up here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And humidity, if it gets too dry, I just spray the ground, the concrete with water. And
it's a huge issue in Arizona. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I so you know, if it gets dry, I just basically spray the concrete and it bumps the humidity up pretty good.
Okay.
Sometimes I have to do it daily. In the winter I don't have to do it that much. And I got my AC, so here's the AC down there. So if it gets too hot, that thing works really good. So oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. It's never too early for introductions. So that's a male micro, and that is a Moschino Aztec.
Oh, that thing's beautiful.
Yes, it is. Wow. Wow.
What do you guys think?
Amazing.
That thing is wild.
Yeah. Can you take a guess where I got it?
Bob Clark.
Yeah. Good old Bob. He's a good guy, man. I don't care what people say about him. He's a good dude. You just got to be nice. If you're an asshole online and talk shit about him, he's not going to be friendly with you. Look at that.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So it's a female. Female? Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to be hatching some out. Hopefully Machino. But I got a female. I already have a male, and I'm hoping I can get. I paired him up with some of my pure Calatoas. But if I don't, it's like that strategy we were talking about earlier, right? So now I have a male Aztec and a female Aztec. So either way, I'm going to make 50% crosses.
I like how you have the tubs turned upside down if there's
Oh.
nothing in it. I'm going to implement that. That's a good little indicator.
Well, I'm kind of OCD too. So like if they were all fucked up, like, you know, they all have to be either up or down. Well, unless there's something in it. But, you know, if they're and plus when you have something in the racks, it keeps dust from settling in there too. So
Yeah, I like
here-
it. I'm going to do that.
here's a cow. Female cow. Just kind of had to stoke her. She's kind of had a bad shed. Super nice. I actually hatched out. I got some golden child cows, but they didn't make it out of the egg last season, so that was a bummer. Let's put it back. And
I thought one of those was juicy.
no, I wish. Get in there.
I picked the right night to turn the TV on with the podcast on it in front of me.
This one's starting at spots. Don't bite me.
Nice.
Slowly but surely getting some spots.
Mm-hmm.
This one is pretty cool looking. This is the purple super motley paradox. Crazy looking eyes. You see the
Crazy.
yeah, she's got some cool looking pattern and stuff.
That's like Alice.
Good eyes. Crazy. Yeah. Here's
Just got one of
another.
those. Just got one of those. Newest snake.
What?
Alice, the super motley lavender, we believe or think.
Oh, from that one guy, Jesse.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's a snow. The one I have.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I all the super mollies that I have are snow.
Oh shit. Yeah, you got me there. Looks similar though.
This is an airy head orange ghost stripe. Pretty nice one.
I'm a sucker for anery.
Here's another airy head orange ghost stripe. This one. Sucker. And you see. Oh, got to show you the golden boy. That's my Aztec Sunfire.
Woo. That's just an Aztec Sunfire?
Yeah.
God damn.
He's not even a year. Look how big he is.
All right, well, the color.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that an Aztec enhances the color so much.
Well, I think it's the Sunfire. Look at that, dude. The black spots.
It's like it's supercharged it, though.
Aztec and Sunfire really go good together. I think Super Sunfire goes really good too. And yeah, this is my boy. I fed the shit out of him, and he it helped. It worked. Got him to go.
Got him to go.
Got him to go. Do the deed.
How old was he?
Right now,
Yeah.
he's like 9 months old.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. People having that happen though. It's
Yeah.
not unheard of, but is young.
Here's it. This is a snow golden child motley.
Damn. That color is so sick.
It's actually purple. I mean, it's like a light purple.
Yeah.
Instead of like most albino golden childs are like orange or yellow.
Yeah.
The ones I made are like they're like kind of a purple color, purple white, I guess, with a yellow head. Here, you could-
Yeah, every now and then, like the Golden Child Snows, you'll get like that bone white one every now and then
Yeah.
if the genetics hit right.
the mom is like that.
Yeah, that's one of your animals from way back in the day I wanted to buy so bad. She was like that, super bone white.
That's a tiger golden child snow. She's hungry. They're always hungry. And I don't know. I mean, this right here was full of snakes last April, March, April, May. And this is all I have left. So, but you guys want to see, look at this fucking incubator. Go stand up next to it, dude. How tall are you?
6'3".
He's 6'3". So that's pretty tall. That's a big ass incubator. And now look at these. These look right here. Oh no, it's okay. What do you think? Should I throw those out?
Have you candled them?
They're dead. They're definitely dead. Yeah. I don't think those are good. These are most of these are all really good.
Yeah, I've had babies hatch out of like, I think where I have maybe a third of the egg, it looks fertile, and like the rest of it's unfertile. I've had those hatch out. They're
Sure.
tiny as fuck.
Dude, this thing is fucking good.
Yeah.
It's like everything's backwards. Somehow the image on my phone, it's like reverse. So every time, like if I move left, the image moves right. It's kind of screwing me up. Like backwards. I don't know. I don't think that one's good. This one definitely is not good.
That one.
Yeah. If they start stinking, then they're no bueno.
Yeah, that's how you know.
Yeah. But toss those. But yeah, I got these containers, dude, are super nice. I use some, like, what are they called? Iris, or what's the company? You know what I'm talking about? The totes, what are they called? They're called Iris. There's yeah. Anyway, these are actually like for kitchen, like,
Food service.
yeah, food service.
Oh,
So
okay.
They fit perfect in here, and they're
meant
Damn.
for the steam kitchens.
Yeah.
Your steam trays, so they can swap dishes out, so they handle
Yeah.
the heat. with-
yeah. So they hold humidity good. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I could
Where
I
did you
could
pick them up from?
online. If
Oh,
you're
damn,
interested, I can see if I can find it. They were hard to find, actually.
Yeah. If you can, send me a link. If not, I'll go read. I know what I'm researching later.
Yeah, sure.
Those are like the perfect size.
Yeah, they work good for this incubator. So yeah, so that's the tour. You guys want to chat some more?
Oh, we're a little bit over. I think, unless you have any final thoughts on breeding plans or any advice you'd give to someone starting out or wants to get into breeding, or maybe has a snake and they want to get into breeding? If you have any advice for them, other than that, I think we can close her down.
Okay, hold on. Let me flip this over. All right. There we go. Shit. Advice? Be careful who you make friends with online. Yeah. I would just say, I guess it's kind of a cliche thing to say is, but you keep your mouth shut and your ears open. Is that what the saying goes? Ask questions. Kind of lay low. Learn from people. If you do make friends, make sure you don't. I'd say just don't jump in a clique. Just kind of try to stay do your own thing. Learn from people, and you're gonna, for people starting out, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail.
Yeah.
It's just part of the process. And I don't mean to sound like to discourage people, but these animals are going to do what they're going to do. And there's nothing you can really do to control it. You just take good care of them, and you can have everything could be just right. And you get all slugs, and you're going to get discouraged. You fuck this, and that happens to a lot of people. They get out, that happens to them, and they give up. And, it's about, if you're in it for the money, that's going to happen to you. You're going to get discouraged and you're going to find something else to try to make your money. But if you're in it for the fun of it and to learn and, positive community and all that stuff, you're going to stick around. Those are the people that I see that stick around. So
nice. Yeah, I agree. Words of wisdom, everyone.
But anyone watching is interested in anything that I have or potentially might have this upcoming season, my website is right there. Check my website out. You can contact me through Morph Market or on my website. And, I'm open. I love to answer questions. I'm very transparent with everything that I have. So if you want to know something about what I'm breeding I'm doing, or you want to know, you have a question, just hit me up.
Perfect. Sounds good. Awesome.
Thanks, Brian. Nice
Thank
to
you,
see
Brian.
man.
All right. See ya. Have a good night, guys.
Like, share, subscribe. We out.
Later.